Hi everybody, this is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop1987. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well my friends, it's finally here. I am finally going to do my 5th movie review that I seen in theaters. And yes, it's going to be my 27th movie review I'm going to do for today. And today's movie review is, here it is, ladies and dudes, Non-Stop, featuring my main man, the great and mighty Liam Neeson. And I will tell you about what the heck do I think about this movie when I'm going to explain to you about the plot of the film. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here is my 27th movie review of Non-Stop. And it starts right now. So the movie starts off with this, this poor drunk air marshal dude named Bill Marks. He doesn't like flying, all the waiting and all the delays and all that stuff. He doesn't like flying at all. And he did have a very tragic life. He divorced his wife, and he missed his daughter from suffering into some type of disease I don't know of. And let's just say his life is kind of terrible right now. While he is he's going on a vacation wherever, from New York City to London, England. Hey, Brian Mills is visiting his old friend Benjamin Williams in the city of Big Ben. Okay, so anyway, well, Bill Marks is trying to relax himself and, have a nice, good fly on the plane. There was this mysterious person who texts him a message and tells him that there's going to be some big giant warring going on in the plane flight. This mysterious person wants $150 million that came from mysterious account that we don't know who. And this mysterious person is going to kill somebody in the airplane for only 20 frickin' minutes. So Bill Marks is having, a very tough mission in his life to find who this mysterious person is who texted him on the little text messaging thing, and he'll do the best he can to find which one of those passengers who will be the most mysterious killer who is on the loose and try to kill people in the next 20 minutes. So I think there's only 2 questions remain. Will ever Bill Marks find this mysterious person on time who is coming out of nowhere in the airplane? Or what's going to happen to the passengers? Will they survive this whole mess or not? So I will have to cut this short. That's my whole entire plot of Non-Stop. And I guess you want to know is, ladies and dudes, what the heck do I think about this movie? To tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I really do love this movie. It was pretty darn good. I think this movie did a little bit more better job than The Unknown. Well, I still love The Unknown. It'll always have a special place in my heart, but it'll always have a few flaws here and there. But this movie did a little bit better. After all, Liam Neeson did reunite with that guy who directed Unknown. So I'll give that guy points for that, for making this movie a little bit better. So I will say the storyline is pretty good. I do like the characters. I love all the thrilling moments, and I really enjoyed the score, and it does have some good drama and good mystery in it. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of this movie. I will say for the strongest points for Non-Stop will be a tie. Just a tie between the thrilling moments and the score. will say for Nonstop, it was one of the best thriller movies I have ever watched. And there's a lot of thrilling moments going on in this movie. It's way too hard for me to pick. Like the text messaging thing, or Bill Marks needs to check out every single passenger who has a text phone or something to make sure that, who the heck is text messaging him and all that stuff, and there's a lot of fighting going on, and so many clues that's going on in the plane. There's a lot of good thrilling moments here and there. I was terrified when I watched this movie. I was so freaking scared. It's just way too hard for me to explain it, but I will say the thrilling moments was definitely the most excellent part of the movie. And also for the score, I freaking enjoy it. There's a couple of scores I do like here and there in this movie. There was one score that kind of reminds me of one of the scores that came from Taken. The score that's called the 96th Hour. There was one score did remind me of Taken. I was kind of surprised when I listened to that score. I just heard it on the end credits. Yeah, I will say the score is kind of mysterious, kind of thrilling-like, and it's a pretty excellent score. Whoever did that score did a pretty good job. I really enjoyed the non-stop score. It's pretty darn excellent. I will give it 2 thumbs up for that. So I will say the strongest points for this movie is the thrilling moments and the score. I hate to say it, ladies and dudes, I only find one weak point in this movie. And you won't be surprised. My biggest weak point of this movie is I just don't like the part where Bill Marks was smoking cigarettes. There were only 3 scenes where Bill Marks was smoking a cigarette. And I remember there was one scene when he smoked a cigarette when he was hanging on to the airport building place. And for the other 2 scenes, he just smoked cigarettes in the bathroom. I really don't like that part at all. I just don't like the part where Bill Marks smokes cigarettes. To tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, Liam Neeson quit smoking a long time ago. So around back in the 90s, he was a heavy smoker back in the past, but in the later on in the future, he decided to quit smoking. And to tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, I'd rather see Bill Marks use a toothpick in this movie. I think a toothpick would have been a much better choice than a stupid cigarette. After all, I'm a big fan of toothpicks myself, and I'd rather have a toothpick for a review instead of having a cigarette. So yeah, I will say the only weak point I found with this movie is when Bill Marks smoking cigarettes. You're not allowed to give Liam Neeson cigarettes. Could you please give him a toothpick in a movie? I'd rather see Liam Neeson having a toothpick in the movie instead of cigarettes. And now let's go on to the characters. I will go with only 2 characters in the movie. I know there was one character, I noticed, that girl who did, 12 Years a Slave. Her name was, I don't know her real name, I gotta pronounce her name, I'll have to think about that. I will say for the woman who did 12 Years a Slave, she did a pretty good job playing this, one of the female hostess of the plane, named Gwen. She was a pretty nice character. I really do trust her. At least she's a good person in the movie. So that's the only thing I'll say about her. But I will go with the 2 main characters I really do enjoy in the movie. One was Jane, played by Julianne Moore. I will say for Jane, she was a very good character. I really love her personality. I love her attitude. She has a whole lot of spunk in her. She has a really good spunk, and I really do love her red hair. She is such a very nice character. And I do like the part where she helped out Bill Marks in this movie to find who the mysterious killer is, who is on the loose in the airplane. I will give credit for Julianne Moore for her performance and for her character. So, way to go, Julianne Moore, for helping out Liam Neeson's character to find out who the mysterious killer is for the movie. And as for Bill Marks, played by the great and mighty Liam Neeson, of course, I will say Bill Marks is more like a likable character, not a memorable character. I really do like him a lot, but he's not that memorable, since I don't like him when he smoked a cigarette or drank alcohol. But I will say that Liam Neeson did do a pretty good job in this movie. You know, I do like his personality, I like his attitude. I do feel sorry for him for having a tragic life in his past. But there were only 3 good things that'll always be the most memorable thing about Bill Marks. The first one is, I like the part where he did kill one of those passengers who was pestering him, and that guy wants to kill him off. I can't believe he just broke his neck. Wow, that really hurts. I like the part where he did kill that guy. After all, they did have one fighting moment. The second one is, I'm glad that Liam Neeson is finally using a gun for once in another movie. Not just the Taken saga, but it's great to see him holding a gun in the film, and he used it all the way in this movie. I've been waiting for that moment all my life. Since I was frickin' disappointed about Unknown, because Dr. Martin Harris never used a gun, and I wish there was a part where he did use a gun in that movie. But I'm glad that Bill Marks had a gun in this film, and I'm very happy about that. And for the third reason I really like Bill Marks is the only passenger that he connected the most in this movie is that cute, sweet little girl. I really love the part where Bill Marks and that little girl had a really nice, sweet moment. There were only 3 good scenes that I do love in this movie that really did touch my heart. I really love the part where Bill Marks was so very sweet and kind to that little girl. He comforted her, he gave her shelter, and he'll do anything to take care of her while there's this big giant emergency on the loose. I will say, yeah, Bill Marks may be a bad A-word character, but deep inside of his heart, he's very darn caring. It really did touch my heart, and it will always touch my heartstrings, I guess. I guess I don't have much else to say about Nonstop, so here we go for my final thoughts of Nonstop. Overall, Nonstop was one of the best thriller movies of all time. It had a very good storyline, has likable characters, good action scenes, great drama, great mystery, great score. And I will say for my top 3 most favorite Liam Neeson films that involves thriller, I will say that Unknown is in 3rd place, Nonstop is in 2nd place, but the 1st place belongs to The Grey. So, yeah. I do love all 3 of the thriller movies that Liam Neeson made. And so I will say for my rating for Nonstop, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's a really good movie. Please check it out. If you don't, I'm sure Bill Marks will hunt you down and take you down for a count while he is carrying a gun. Maybe he and Brian Mills should work together, I guess. So, anyway, ladies and dudes, that is my whole entire movie review of the Nonstop. I I hope you enjoyed this list. And tell me, what is your most favorite Liam Neeson movie of all time that does involve thriller? Whatever it is, leave a comment there and let me know. And join me tomorrow for my next movie review I'm going to do is a great Chinese Asian movie called The House of Flying Daggers. So be prepared for my latest movie review that I will do for tomorrow, and I will see you all later. Sayonara.